Arizona, the 14th most populous state with around 7.4 million residents, is also the 5th fastest growing state. Its capital, Phoenix, home to 1.7 million people, faced extreme heat, hitting record temperatures of 119 degrees. Despite being largely arid, with over 80% of the state being semi-arid or drier and minimal rainfall of about 12.6 inches annually, Arizona's harsh conditions don't deter its popularity. The region's inhospitable nature, including hot weather and dangerous wildlife like rattlesnakes and scorpions, raises the question, why do so many people choose to live here? Today, on Across the Globe, we'll explore the reasons behind Arizona's thriving population and its historical growth patterns. Arizona's history. Before World War II began, Arizona's population was pretty small. In 1939, for instance, the year World War II started, the population of the state was only about 484,000. But by the end of the war in 1945, the population had increased almost 23% to approximately 594,000 people. This population increase wasn't a mere coincidence. World War II had a big impact on the number of people who lived in Arizona. There are a few reasons for why that happened. First, during the war, the U.S. government established numerous military bases and defense installations in the state. This drew personnel to the area and, as a result, introduced the state to people who may never have been there before. Second, there were several industries based in Arizona that were key to the war effort. One of these was copper mining because Arizona has one of the biggest copper deposits in the world. Copper mining here exploded during the war as the need for metal increased. Finally, the Hoover Dam, located between the border of Arizona and Nevada, played a key role in both the war effort and the population growth of the region. Established in 1936, the Hoover Dam provides the southwestern and western parts of the United States with water and electricity. During World War II, the dam powered key defense plants in California to prevent it from becoming a wartime target. The U.S. government amped up protection for it, and as a result, it's continued to thrive as an important supply of water for Arizona today. In addition to World War II's impact on the region, technological developments also played a key role in Arizona's growth, and one of these was the development of affordable air conditioning. Possibly the most important part of life in the desert, while air conditioning was technically invented in 1902, it didn't become widespread until much later, mostly because of how expensive and bulky early air conditioning was. By the 1960s, air conditioning had become much more affordable, and most new homes had air conditioning installed. It was during this same time period that Arizona's population started exploding. With air conditioning now widely available, suddenly moving to and living comfortably in the desert was no problem. Another factor driving Arizona's growth was the rise of retirement communities. Starting in 1950 with Youngtown, the nation's first age-restricted retirement area, and later Sun City in 1960, these communities attracted thousands. Sun City's opening drew 100,000 visitors, a significant number considering Phoenix's population was only 558,000. The trend of retirees moving to Arizona persists, making it the second state with the most baby boomers after Florida. Arizona's population surged from under 1.2 million in 1958 to nearly 7.4 million in 2022, marking a 516% increase, vastly surpassing the overall U.S. growth of 91% during the same period. This historical growth sets the stage for exploring why people continue to choose Arizona today. Affordability. Number 1. Affordability. Arizona may have the 16th highest cost of living index out of all other states in the country, but when we compare it to comparable states or other states with big cities that people are moving to, it's actually one of the more affordable places to live. For instance, as I mentioned earlier, Phoenix is the 5th largest city in the U.S. When we compare other states that host some of America's largest cities like New York and California, Arizona has a significantly lower cost of living index of 107.2 compared to California's 134.5 and New York's 125.1. A large part of this is due to the fact that Arizona, relative to many other popular states, has more affordable real estate. In fact, out of Wallet Hub's list of 300 of the most affordable cities in the U.S. for home buyers, 2 of the top 15 are cities in Arizona. Wallet Hub similarly ranked U.S. cities for first-time homeowners, and 3 of these top 15 cities were located in Arizona. When we looked specifically at Phoenix, the numbers become even more clear. According to Zillow, Phoenix has an average home value of about $412,000, compared to the U.S.'s other large cities, which include New York, Los Angeles, Chicago, and Houston. This is a relatively affordable option. New York, for instance, has an average home value of $716,000. For Los Angeles, that number is $908,000, while Chicago and Houston are more affordable overall than Phoenix, with average home values of $291,000 and $262,000, respectively. What this makes clear is that Phoenix is still a competitive place to live in terms of affordability. Education. Another reason people have continued moving to Arizona over the years has to do with Arizona's education opportunities. No, I'm not talking about the quality of its kindergarten classrooms. I'm talking about its universities. Specifically, Arizona State University and the University of Arizona are 2 of the largest universities in the entire country. ASU has a student body of over 57,000, and the University of Arizona has over 51,000 students. Historically, many of these students have stayed in the area after graduation. One report, for instance, found that between 2000 and 2014, 60% of ASU graduates and 19% of University of Arizona graduates stayed in the Phoenix area. Furthermore, 70% of those from ASU and 56% of those from the University of Arizona stayed in the state of Arizona following graduation. As a result, these huge educational centers are not only drawing large amounts of students to the state temporarily, they're actually pulling people there permanently. Natural environment. For many, Arizona has the perfect natural environment. I know, this might sound contradictory to what I mentioned at the beginning of the video, but stick with me. Despite Arizona having brutally hot summers, the rest of the year is surprisingly pleasant. And as I mentioned earlier, with the invention of air conditioning, summers in Arizona have become tolerable, even if they might not be comfortable. But if we're setting summers aside, Arizona actually has some pretty desirable weather. For starters, the state gets a ton of sun and is hugely appealing for those looking to flee the rain clouds and snow found in other states. Phoenix, for instance, gets an average of 300 sunny days each year, which is over 83% of the year. And southwest of Phoenix, the city of Yuma gets over 320 sunny days each year. Furthermore, the weather in the fall, winter, and spring can be pretty temperate. Phoenix's average high in January, for instance, is 68 degrees Fahrenheit. The spring months see temperatures in the upper 70s. And as we saw earlier, the sun is out even through the winter. This weather means that people who live here can take advantage of all the outdoor amenities that Arizona has to offer practically year-round. This is also great given Arizona has the 5th highest number of national parks in the country with a total of 3 national parks, the Petrified Forest National Park, Saguaro National Park, and of course, Grand Canyon National Park. In addition, Arizona has a total of 29 state parks, meaning that there are opportunities to enjoy Arizona's incredible and varied topography no matter where you live within the state. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you liked this video, don't forget to hit the like button below and subscribe. See you in the next video.